Hello everyone. So today we are going to start working on movement logic. So how to issue move commands to these characters in the game. So here we will be implementing an interface called navigable interface, which contains commands. So initially we will implement a command called move to location, and we will implement that for these characters in the world. So the reason to implement it through interface is because here we can select buildings, or we can select actors, these characters. So depending on what we select, because we can select all kinds of things, and depending on what we select, only the actors who can navigate around the world should execute the navigable move to location command. So okay, so let's see how to do that in today's episode. And before we get started, let me remind you that you can download the project files of this project and all other thousands of projects I have done from my Patreon page. Once you become a member, you can access anything without any limits. And here you can watch all other episodes of this series as well. And also there is another series that I have done, which is everything is done in blueprints, because here I'm doing everything exclusively in C++. So this RTS series is done in blueprints. So if you're interested in that, feel free to check it out too. I'll leave the links to everything in description. Alright, now let's get back to today's episode. Okay, so this is what we have at the moment. I can select either houses or characters, but I can't move. So the next step is implementing movement. So I should be able to select a character and right click somewhere, so the character should move there. That's the next step I want to attempt. So first, to implement that, let's open our player controller. And actually this is the blueprint version. Child, let's go to the C++ class, which is the parent of this. Okay, now the first thing is I need some action to trigger movement. So let's go to the here top-down player controller header file. So here, just like this, I'll add another input action. I'm not sure what to call this, because initially this will be just used to command characters to move to that location given by the cursor. But later on, if I am hovering over an enemy character, when I right click on an enemy for the selected actor, it would become an attack command. So therefore, I'll call this command input action. So here let's name this command action. Okay, now just like this, I'll add a function to bind into that input action. Let's call it command selected actor. Okay, now we do need to implement this here. Let's leave it empty for now, and we need to bind this command selected actor to the command action. We can do that here. Component, just copy. Here I will be bind command action to command selected actor. So trigger when completed. Here command selected actor. Okay, now before issuing any command, we need to make sure that we have a valid selected actor. So here, if the actor is not null, then before implementing the actual command, here let's just add the UE log. Let's call it command in whatever the selected actor's name. Okay, now let's go to our project and hit compile. And while it compiles, let's go to the input, and we need a new input action. Just like select, let me duplicate this. Compilation complete. Let's call this IA command. Okay. And we need to add this to the top-down input map in context. Command, and the key should be right mouse button. Okay, now here we have command action, new variable. Let's add it. Add the IA command into that. Then let's hit play. So here let me clear. First select something. No, first don't select anything. And if I right click, oh, I have command in landscape. Okay, that's fine because landscape is selected anyway, right? So select the player, right click, command 𝐵𝐵CLM_base_pawn. That is the name of this character. Spawn 3 C3. So the system is working. Okay, now the next step is implementing an actual movement. So to do that, now here we have used this selectable interface to select actors. Any actor that we need to select in the game, we implement this selectable interface. Just like that, maybe to handle movement, let's have another interface. So all the characters who can move around the world should implement that interface. Maybe let's call it okay, new C++ class, and let's add a Unreal interface. Well, I'm gonna call it navigable interface. Okay, because all the characters who can navigate in the world should implement this. And make sure add it to top-down utilities. Create class. Reload all. Navigable interface, CPP, we don't need the C++ file. Just like this selectable interface now, I'll add a public U function like this. Copy. So here I'll name this, change this to navigable interface, and call this move to location. This parameter should be effector, const effector. Yes. Okay, now save this. This is the navigable interface. This iNavigable interface. Let me copy this and implement for the base part. Interface. Load the file. navigable interface. All right. Okay. Now here we can override void move to location const. Wait, we need to have this implementation because we are implementing the interface event. Okay, yeah, let's create the definition. Why is this error? Okay, let's go. Okay, now here also I'll just add the UE log and text navigating. I'll just, that's all. So we can see, we can know if this function is being called correctly. And right now let's go back to the player controller, top-down player controller. Here we check if we have selected actor, and before we do the navigate command, we need to check if the selected actor implements the navigable interface. So if selected actor get class implements interface, and the interface is your navigable interface, and here we need to provide the class reference. Okay, now if this is true, that means the selected actor implements the move to location, the navigable interface. That means we can call move to location on this actor. So let's just do this. Navigable interface execute move to location on selected actor. For now I'll just pass vector 0. I just need to see if this function is being called. If this is called correctly, we will see navigating. That's some dots, just for no reason. Okay, now let's see. Compile. Here's the log. Select. See, we got navigating. Select someone else. We got navigating. Select the house. Right click. We got the command in BPLCLM base building, but we didn't get the navigating because houses don't implement navigable interface, but the characters does. Okay, great. So far good. So the next step is actually implementing the navigation. For that, let's just do something like this. Here, just I'll directly set I'll directly set actor location without thinking about any kind of a movement, smooth movement, so that we can see. That's the next step, and after that we will implement actual movement. Okay, so now we need a way to get the location that is represented by the cursor, and here we did this. When we select actors, we did the raycast, this get hit result under cursor using the collision channel camera, and here we actually got the actor we are heading, but we just need the location. So we can do the same thing here. If the is implementing the navigable interface, we can do the same thing, which is to get hit result under cursor. And with the hit result, well, first we need to check if we have a blocking hit. So if hit result be blocking hit, if it is true, we can do this. And instead of passing 0 vector, I'll pass hit result. Okay, now compile. Good. Run, right click. See, oh, the character is there, but it's buried on the ground. That's because the location is on the ground, and the actor location, the character's location, represents the middle of the character. So we can fix it here. That is something we need to fix on the pawn, not here. So this we need to consider. Here I'll add a new variable, a protected variable, a vector the default value vector 0. And also I'll add a boolean variable as well. So moving false. This should be false anyway, but just so you know. Okay. Okay. So these variables are relevant for navigation. So navigation. Right. Now the reason that this will come later, but we need this first. So what I'm gonna do is here move target location equals given target location plus get on half. No, there is something to get, some function to get the half height of the capsule. Should be get default. Oh wait, that only gives the height, so we need to have a vector, f vector 0 x 0 y, and for z get default height, so that we can get a point that match the character's middle point location. Okay, now now save, compile. Okay, compilation done. Select and move. They are still in the middle. Oh, sorry, because I forgot to use move target location. Should work. Compiled. Play. Yep. Okay. And if I click here, it will go there. Say, but that is something. That is a question for another day. Okay. Now that is done. So the next step is we need a smooth movement rather than having a quick location change. But I will do that in the next episode. So thanks for watching. As always, updated project files will be available here for download in the veteran page. Link would be in the description below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. and see you in another episode. Goodbye.